Hey friends, TUXX here. This is a buy request video. This is a follow-up to a previous video about Comcast and their internet/TV services, and someone was curious what you got in 2021 with the new install kit. So I have one here for you. This is how it comes directly from Xfinity, all sealed up and everything. This is a primary set-top box here, and I just wanted to show you kind of what comes with it and talk a little bit about Comcast. I still use Comcast. In fact, for uploading, I use the Extreme Blast, I guess they call it. It's a 600 megabytes version, which is pretty darn fast, I'll have to say. I can download, videos, upload videos very quickly, so I do appreciate that a lot. It still could probably be a little faster, but it's definitely faster than AT&T or any other service which is offered here in my immediate area, okay? So anyway, I like Comcast. That's a little disclaimer, but this is what you get with the box. This is like their converter box, I'm assuming here, and this is something they ship directly to you for you to install yourself. Let's go ahead and, without further ado, go ahead and cut into the box here. We'll go ahead and break the little label. If you haven't seen, I did recently do a video for the actual router, their newer router version. So if you want to see that, just look back in my queue and you can check that out too. But they have a pretty good router too, which I have been enjoying greatly. So I definitely recommend checking it out. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to cut this gracefully, and of course, it's not going to want to cut smoothly here. We'll go ahead and try and get this open here. I do like the way the box is something which has a handle here, so you could actually kind of make a handle out of it and store things, and it does open up over the top, which is nice. So here it goes, guys. This is the official unboxing. It's white, looks like, and going right into it, there's a little message here from Xfinity saying, let's get started. Now, looking at the package itself, I do see some accessories here. This is the newer style remote control, which I believe this is actually a little bit smaller than their older style remote. To do a fair comparison, I do have the older one here, so we can go ahead and check these out. You can see it looks like this is really pretty beat up. Just slightly smaller than the old one. They're both about the same as far as buttons go. This one looks a little bit more compact though, and it does have some like translucent buttons, unlike the older one here, which has had some pretty heavy use and abuse for sure. Putting this to the side here, taking a look at the new one. Let's go ahead and let's open this up and take a look at it. There we go. We'll go ahead and slide this out. There we go, and you can see we do have some instructions here. It feels like there probably is batteries. I do like the remote controls because they're quality remotes, actually. I'm first opening this up. I think there probably is batteries in here to start, which is nice. Yeah, they include Duracell batteries, so that's a nice little touch. The battery cover itself is very tight, and I like the way it has kind of like, this is like a rubbery feel here. So it's not just like a hard plastic remote, it actually has a very nice rubbery feel to it. We'll pull off the little protector here. You can see we got like a nice glossy end, and overall very snappy buttons. These are like touch buttons, which I'd almost prefer the older style buttons, which are more like chiclet like this here. But you can see there is touch buttons in here to hit Xfinity, where it is highlighted here in a translucent button, as is the microphone. And actually, I do use the voice commands quite a bit, so I do like that. And one thing a little bit different for this mode is the actual button here is curved in, kind of like a Smarties candy. You know what I'm talking about? It's curved in, so you can kind of feel it. So as you're in the dark fumbling for the remote to hit the microphone button, you can kind of feel where that is, which is a nice touch. Okay, this button does have a different feel than the guide and page button here. These are rubbery, and this is definitely just like clear plastic. So I think it's pretty easy to navigate this remote in the dark, and I have to say, I mean, it's a slick looking remote. Feels very good quality, and I really do like that rubberized texture all around it here. That really makes it feel quality. It has a good amount of weight to it too. It feels like a expensive remote control, not like some kind of pack-in, which is really just like junk, So kudos to Comcast for that. Okay, they do give you instructions here. I'm not gonna go through every pages, but it explains, how to record and all the basic functions of remote that you would expect to have. But if you're not sure, it talks about setting it up, everything you need to do to get this pretty advanced remote control with voice activation and with voice commands working for you. And the voice commands work surprisingly well. I've had voice commands before on like old like Windows Media PCs and such, and they wouldn't actually do that good of a job of listening to your voice. And even though like I talk kind of fast sometimes, this can understand me very well. So I'm really pleased with that. Okay, continuing on. Okay, more messages about hooking up. There's a little thing here explaining exactly what you do, you know, with the actual cable from the wall, going to a splitter, going to the box, going to your router, which this is the older style router, which is interesting, and then going to the cable box. So pretty good instructions. Looks like we got it in Spanish as well, which is good for South Florida here, because there is many Spanish-speaking peoples. This is the actual box in this box. It does look smaller than before, actually, which is very interesting. This is the main set box, and yeah, this is definitely smaller than before. Let me go ahead and pull this out. Take a quick look at this. Wow, this is super heavy, guys. This feels like a brick. It's really heavy. We do have our power button up here front. There is a clear bar here for to light up to show activation and power and probably the status of it as a whole. On the back here, let's take a look. We have the cable in, cable out. Cable out is very interesting. That goes to your router. There is a Ethernet port, audio, left, right. SD video, digital audio, very nice. What everyone's really going to use is HDMI. USB, very interesting. I wonder if you could plug like a flash drive with movies or something. Very interesting. And this is a HDMI in, which might be able to be used for maybe some kind of like video game system. I may do a follow-up video on that. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the actual structure. Besides this being extremely heavy, it has a very unique curvature to it. On the top here, you can see the power button. It's not rubberized. This is all plastic, but it is pretty easy to feel where that power button is. But this is a really interesting box because I can't really remember any other Comcast box that is like very curved. Like if you put water in here, this is distinctly curved around the edges. This box, though, is supposed to be completely new. I do see some light scratches up here too, which I don't think I caused. So I don't know if this has been used and repurposed to me or something. Although it looks new. It didn't have like the clear, pull off stuff on it. The screws do not look like they've been used. There is little rubber feet on here too. There is a red sticker, which makes me think bad, like it doesn't work or something. Sometimes cable companies, car dealerships will have like green, yellow, red stickers on things to tell their salespeople or techs about it. But that's interesting. I have a red sticker. But all in all, it looks like a pretty solid unit, and it is very, very heavy. In the bottom tier of the box here, we do have a getting started guide. Looks like English and Spanish, and talks about the basics of what should be included in the box, how to hook things up. If you're not sure how to hook this up, please let me know. I could try and help you, but it's really the same as we've been doing for 30 years of cable boxes. The outside cable from the wall goes into the box, and then you go ahead and submit the wire from the box to the TV set. Not too much has changed really, but this guide here should explain everything for you. And again, if you're really not sure, let me know and I can try and help you out too. In the box, we do have a couple accessories. It looks like there is a cable brick here. Okay, and this looks like this might have been reused again. Like this got like a rubber band around it, which is interesting. Looks like there's a standard power and everything we need is right here, but it definitely looks like this may have been used and just reshipped out to me, which I have to say I'm a little disappointed about that because I do like to get new devices with new cords and everything. Now the other things in here do look new. We do have an HDMI cord, and I do like the way they have kind of like a Comcast, cable management, tie here. This is really good to try and keep all your wires kind of nice and neat. This does look 100% new. We got little ends on the HDMI, and you can see, this is exactly what you'd expect with HDMI, like no big surprises there, but it's nice to include this cable. And then one thing that Comcast does give you too, which is really nice, is a really good quality cable for the wall. This is what you take from the wall socket, to the actual device, or you could probably use this going from, the device, the converter box to the router if you want it as well. But really nice. They have the little coax. It says coax on it. Again, this is kind of like Velcro. You know, this helps keep your cables organized. And the ends here, these are like very easy to use, like locking ends. So this way you're not going to, like, you know, rip your fingers apart trying to turn those old metal ends that were so rough on your hands. At least they were for me. But really good, solid, thick, quality cables. And I really do appreciate that. That's a really nice touch, I think. Okay, to recap, this is the newest Comcast cable box, and it's nice. It's small, it's compact, it feels very good quality in construction. All the niceties you'd expect back here as far as ports go. All in all, great. The only thing negative I'd say is it looks like I got a refurbished one, so I'm not super happy about that. It'd be interesting to see if there's like saved video on here. I'm suspecting there's probably, although most of the storage is now in the cloud, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of like, you know, in unit here, like hard drive, probably SSD drive, but definitely something which I've been a fan of Comcast, and I've been using their download services and streaming services for a long time, and I'm definitely a fan. And also the remote control, this is definitely a bit of an upgrade from before. I mean, again, a very good quality remote. Looks, this is brand new. Love the rubberized feel of the remote. Love the fact they include new Duracell batteries. That's a very nice touch they didn't have to do. The voice button, you can easily feel that out in the dark, and it's got all the buttons that you would suspect. I don't think there's anything really lacking from the remote control. It's a little bit simple, but it's weighted. It feels like very good quality, you know. And all in all, if you're not familiar with Comcast, you're like, oh, I just want to stream Disney, and I just want to stream Paramount and blah, 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 Netflix or whatever. Comcast do a great job of actually bringing all that together into one screen. So if you want a nice menu, you can just like hit the home button, and it pulls up like favorites from Netflix, favorites from Disney Plus, favorites from Paramount, you know, from CBS All Access or whatever you want to call it. It pulls all that together, plus your Comcast stuff. It's really a great way of seeing everything on one screen and deciding if you want to watch HBO Max, you know, if you want to check out the new thing on Disney Plus. Like, it's great that pulls it all together without having to relog into each separate streaming service. So I really look at it as being a good little box for that alone, you know. So kudos to Xfinity. They've done a great job. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me, tuxtoys@gmail.com. But this is it, guys. This is the newest one, newest remote, newest box. I would say try Comcast. In my area, they are faster than AT&T, and this is by no ways a paid endorsement. I'm just a fan. I do like Comcast, and it's what I use to upload videos to you all for the entire time I've been doing YouTube, since like 2013. And I have friends and people who have tried telling me to try the other ones, and I've looked into it, and Comcast simply is the best, you know, in my humble opinion. Okay, all right, friends, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.